In today's video, we have a Lectric XPress 750 high-step e-bike, and we're gonna see if this thing's worth it by the end of the video, but first, let's go over the specs. Let's do that very quickly so we can get on the ride. This one has the upgraded motor and the upgraded battery, which means this thing's coming in at $12.99, but if you don't want the upgraded battery and the upgraded motor, you can get this thing for $1,000. And as of making this video, if we go down on their website, you can see that you do get the comfort package on here, and you get the Go package for free. The mirrors, rear rack, and fenders will be an extra charge. So this bike is pretty light. It's coming in at 57 pounds. It's very easy to pick up and move. It feels like a BMX bike in a way, just very tall. But it does fit riders that are very low, and you can tell by the seat being all the way down. I'm 5'9", and I can sit on it perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever. This thing does hold up to a rider 330 pounds. And if by chance you wanted to take the front wheel off, which is a through axle, very easy to take off, quick release and everything like that, it's 52 pounds in weight in total. Now let's turn on our display so we can see our lights. Nice color, gorgeous display compared to the black and white ones that we used to get. To turn on these lights, you hold the plus button. The front headlight is obviously pretty small, so it's not gonna be the best light to be out there for night riding, so I'd highly suggest their aftermarket one that you could put onto the handlebars. It's around 60 bucks or so. The brake light in the back, I thought was a brake light. It's actually not. It's a static light. When you hit any of these brake levers over here, this light does not change, which means when you don't have the front headlight on, this light is not on at all. So during the day, you're gonna have no light in the back, which is unfortunate. One cool thing to mention on this bike is that they do fill these tires up with slime, and that is definitely gonna help you prevent flats. Here's a look at our 80 millimeters of travel front fork, our 180 millimeter rotors, hydraulic brakes, preload adjustment on the left side, an adjustable lockout on the right side. You have a slot for your key to remove the battery. Very easy to remove that. You just turn that. It's still not gonna drop out. There's a button right here that you need to move. Make sure that the handlebars are straight, and then your battery pops out. We get metal pedals on this bike, and it also has a quick release. Here's your standard Shimano tourney derailleur. It is a 7-speed. Lovely grips right here with a slight palm rest, and it has a thumb throttle right here, which feels super nice, and this can be adjusted closer or farther away from you. You got some mounting bolts right here if you want to put a water bottle holder or something else. You get two more right underneath here. A little bit of suspension underneath that seat. Seat feels decent. Got the Express logo right there. You got a warning label down here, but I like the fact that it says it's a class 2 e-bike and it only goes up to 20 miles an hour. But this bike does do 28 miles an hour after unlocking it. Now to unlock the bike to go faster to class 3, hold these two buttons, and let's go all the way over to 8 and change this from 32, how it comes standard, put it to 45, and then exit. And there you go. I guess we can peel this off. Ooh, baby. So that should be everything you guys need to know. While I'm pouring sweat in this garage, it's over 100 today. So let's get on to the action cam and let's go ride this thing, go through some tests, and I'll give you my final conclusion towards the end of this video. So stick around, don't click out yet. Let's start my phone. Let's start the bike. Let's move it up to pedal assist 5 so we get on the main street and let's see how it is. Okay, so it's definitely a torque sensor because it's going off of my input. You don't just move the pedals and it goes as fast as it wants. Another thing too is that the throttle only takes you up to 20 miles an hour. To get to 28, you have to actually use some force to get going a lot faster. Now let's drop it down to 0, which will have no electrical assistance whatsoever if you pedal. And what I want to do, let me drop the gears down real quick and let's see how easy this bike is to pedal. If you just wanted to use it, your battery dies, or you just actually want to get a workout in, and yeah, it's not that bad. I'm able to do like 12, 13 miles an hour, and I'm in gear 5. This feels perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of resistance, and I'm gonna get a huge workout in, but it's definitely doable. Now let me see if the throttle works. No, it doesn't. So if you're in pedal assist 0, the throttle will not give you any power. That's unfortunate. I would like to see that give you power because sometimes people just want to pedal the bike or not have the pedals engage and like move when you come up to a stoplight or something like that when you slow down. But they also want to have the power of the throttle just in case they need to get out of the way, go across the street, and then they can go back into pedaling. So that's something that maybe they can change on their future bikes or something like that, but I would like to see that changed. Now this is a very torquey bike for what it is. we're getting about 1,300 watts of power, and it hits 20 pretty fast. I'm actually impressed. Now, can I use the throttle and the pedals? You cannot use the throttles and the pedal. All right, so you have to choose. Can you guys hear the bike? The power is coming on and off, so you have to choose if you want to use the throttle or the pedal. So I have to let off the throttle and then get onto pedaling, and now it will take me past 20 miles an hour. And if you really want to hit 28 miles an hour, you got to put in the highest gear to get that resistance going. And I'm definitely connected to this bike. Definitely feels phenomenal. 28 miles an hour. Can we go any faster? Because I got my phone up here for real GPS. And I'm going as fast as I can. I'm working my legs. I'm getting the workout in, and no. Oh, 29, I saw it briefly. Oh man, this is for sure a 28 mile per hour e-bike, solid. There you go. Decent motor too. It's actually more quieter than a lot of the other Lectric XP bikes that I had from them. It's feeling fantastic. It's definitely gonna give me a workout in, so I think what we're gonna do is use the throttle to get up to 20 miles an hour, and then we'll pedal, because that was a workout just by itself. If you guys are used to bikes like this, then you're gonna absolutely love it. It feels very comfortable. The seat's great. The handlebar position is great for me. I like how it feels. It handles very nice because you got those thin tires. They're 2.1 inch wide. They're 27 inch tall, and yeah, it feels great. It doesn't feel like a high bike, but it is definitely a higher bike than a 20 inch bike. Yeah, and it just, oh man, it rides so well. Now, I'm 165 pounds, and I haven't taken it off anything crazy yet, but so far it's been nice and smooth, and I'm not having any issues with my weight, especially with just having front suspension and no rear suspension. We're in our designated speed test. We're gonna use the throttle up to 20 miles an hour, then I'm gonna pedal my ass off to get as high as I can past 27 miles an hour in this stretch of road. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, go. There's a little delay from the throttle when it first starts, but not too bad. And then as soon as we hit 19, 20, go, start pedaling. Go while I've been standing on the bike. If it hits 28 miles an hour in the stretch of road, it's a pretty, there we go, whoa. Oh yeah. Some bikes don't even reach over 27 miles an hour in that thing right there. That's awesome. Now let's do the pedal test. Here we go. We're gonna use the pedals only, and we're just gonna see how it feels. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, there we go. Okay, it wasn't that much of a delay. Oh, I need to start shifting already. Okay, well, I can definitely feel the gears. It's like switching over. Sometimes you can't feel them, but this one I can definitely feel like it's skipping every single time it goes to a new gear. So it's not as smooth as some other e-bikes, but obviously you're not gonna have a problem with that shifter. It's almost on any other e-bike. The reason why they use it is because it's very reliable, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. And they're easily serviceable if you go to like a local e-bike store or something like that. Now, if I just wanna pedal this bike without hurting myself or overstraining my body, I get roughly about 23 miles per hour. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, this bike will slide, baby. It will definitely slide. Now, one thing I would have liked to seen on this bike that was included were fenders, because if you do ride where it's like wet, muddy, rainy, I would like to see some fenders, but you can buy those separately. I believe they were $39 on their website. So that's something that I would technically say that you need to buy when you get this bike, because it's just nice to have fenders. But if you're just gonna be on a road like this, you're only gonna take it out when it's sunny, then obviously you don't need them. But gorgeous looking bike. It looks so sick. It looks like a regular BMX bike with just taller rims and tires on it. I love it. It's a great looking bike. It looks like it got slightly damaged in shipment right here. Not too bad though, something was rubbing against it, but I didn't see any other damage on the bike. So without further ado, let's do this hill test, see what it does. Now, because this is a 57-pound bike, I'm 165 pounds, it should make it up this hill perfectly fine, especially with 1,300 watts of power. Throttle only, here we go, 1, 2, 3. A little delay starting. Oh yeah, what? Oh, it just picked us up right over that hill. Oh, that was cake work for this bike. Oh, be careful though. These tires are so thin that you're gonna slip out in the dirt. I just felt that right now, but we're gonna do this test one more time. We're gonna use the pedals without using the throttle. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, pedals, go, go, go. Come on, activate, there we go. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's a powerful bike right there. If you guys are looking for a stealthy e-bike that doesn't look like it's powerful, this is a good bike for you. And lightweight too, to put on a bike rack and haul it around in your car. Move it if you can't like pick stuff up that's super heavy or bulky. This is it right here. Now I'm not worried about riding in the dirt over here because we have slime in these tires that's pre-installed from the company. So that is super cool. Now, it's not gonna be the end all on getting flats. Like you can still possibly get a flat, but that's definitely gonna help. I don't know what slime they're using in the tires, but it's just a nice touch that they add to their bikes. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting liners in your bikes for free. It's super cool. Off-road right now, it's actually handling better than most e-bikes I've been on. But again, I'm not going super fast. I'm going 22 miles an hour in the dirt. Normally I do these tests doing like 28, but I would have to pedal my ass off. So maybe when we come back around, I'll pedal a lot harder and we'll see how it feels. All right, here we go. I'm gonna work on my legs and my body. Whew, here we go. This still feels comfortable. Now, yeah, no, I'm not flying out of my seat like some other e-bikes that have a bunch of suspension on it, and oh, this feels great. It feels nice and solid too. Okay, I came out of my seat back there just a little tiny bit, but not as bad as most of these e-bikes. Oh yeah, I would give this a high rating, especially with not full suspension. This is great. I think we got some dirt in the front rotor because I can hear it. We got something in that brake pad. Something's going on up there. But wow, what a great bike to ride off-road. Super fantastic. Real smooth compared to what I was expecting. Real smooth. I'm gonna give this thing a 7 out of 10. I know it might not sound super high because it's not obviously the smoothest bike, but it's still really good for what it is. This is a bad road to be crossing right now. I came at the worst time when school just got out. Not good. So I've already done a bunch of turning tests, and this thing is so light and nimble and so smooth. It has to be like a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10 for just how smooth this bike turns and feels. It is an awesome road bike to just be out here. And one cool thing is you gotta make a U-turn real quick. Look how easy this is. Whoop. Just like that. I could probably even stay in my own little lane. Check this out, look. Whoop. Oh, that's awesome. Most of these bikes, when you turn them like this, they'll have like the fork that hits the frame and they got stoppers and whatnot. This bike will turn almost, what, all the way around? Almost. It hits the headlight, but that's pretty good. Not too bad. Now, one thing I suggest on this bike is keeping it in gear 6 or 7 if you're gonna wanna pedal and get over 20 miles an hour, because if you leave it on any gear under that and you hit 20 miles an hour, your feet will not move the pedals fast enough to get over 20 miles an hour. So just keep that in mind. I'm keeping mine in 7 because I'm gonna use the throttle to get up to speed. And I also need to do this brake test right here. So we need to make sure we hit a solid 28 miles an hour. There we go. That was actually very easy. I mean, it's not as easy as a cadence sensor, a torque sensor. You gotta really put your effort into it, but fun bike. All right, 27, 28. It was close to 28. Oh yeah, wow. Suspension worked perfect, just to fold down just a little bit, and tires didn't pill out as much as I thought they were, and we stopped hella good. Look, we stopped way before this line. If we stop after this line, it's a bad bike, and if we stop before, it's a really good bike. And this thing stopped phenomenal. No issues with that whatsoever. I love how the front is very light to pick up. Like, if you really wanted to, it wants to pick up. I wonder if you can like bunny hop this thing. Oh, okay, maybe not. One thing I got spoiled with was Lectric 1, the gear system that automatically changes gears for you. This one doesn't do it. That would be so awesome if a bike this size does it, because that made it so nice when you come up to a light like this and you don't have to drop the gears down and you can just pedal right off the bat. Instead, on this bike, you have to drop the gears down if you don't want to use the throttle to go up to 20 miles an hour to get up to speed. Because if you start in gear 7 at 0 miles an hour, it is really rough. You're not gonna be moving very fast. I gotta say though, comfortably, I feel like 23 to 24 miles an hour feels great. Like, this is how fast my feet are moving. Not too bad. Holding a decent speed. I'm not killing myself. I kind of like this speed right here, and it depends on what type of road I'm on. I think this goes slightly downhill, so it looks like we're hitting 25 without any effort. But if you really need to get 28 miles an hour, you are gonna be working a little bit. Just keep that in mind. So it's not the most easiest bike to get up to 28 miles an hour. If you want something easier, this is not the bike for you. But if you want a bike to actually exercise and be legal, go up to class 3, then yeah, this would be perfect. Let's see how it does around here. Oh, that pedal comes real close to the ground there. I was not expecting that. Let me show you guys real quick. This pedal is real close to the ground. Like when you're in a turn, your foot's right there. Now it probably won't hit, but if you're really leaning, then yeah, that could hit. But man, I felt the back of my heel kind of rub the ground. That's how I knew it's pretty close. I'm gonna see if I can get this green light or not. Make sure no one hits me. So you gotta go this way. All right, come on, we can make it. Oh, maybe we won't. We're going pretty quick. All right, we're gonna go through it anyway. Yep, we're going through it. Let's see how fast we can hit. Hey, someone else went through it. Oh, another person went through it. We're good. Around Fresno, everyone runs red lights. All right, so I saw 28. Okay, there we go. There's 29. So the max we're ever gonna hit on this bike is probably gonna be 29 miles an hour, unless you have a very steep incline at maybe 30 or 40% grade and it's just going downhill. Then you should probably hit a higher top speed, but that's all I'm seeing right now. If you just pedal it at the speed I was telling you guys, you're only using about 500 to 600 watts. You should definitely get some good battery range out of this thing. It still says I have full battery bars, even though I did for a brief second see it go down, I think 1. And I got 6 miles on this bike since I charged it. So we're looking pretty good on this battery, especially for only being 14 amp hour. This is a long range upgraded battery, but still, that's really good. The next thing I like to test out is the throttle response. So let's do that real quick. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Instant. Here we go, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. It is instant, like not even a quarter of a second. It feels like as soon as I hit it, it goes. Now the pedals are a different story. I think they take a slightly bit longer. So let's test that out. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, pedals are a little bit behind, not that bad though. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe a second on the pedals. Still not bad. I'd rather have a quicker throttle response and a quicker pedal response. Here we go on the throttle again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot. We're doing over 20 miles an hour, so the throttle's not gonna, something you gotta think about. All right, here we go. We gotta be under 20 miles an hour, use the throttle. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, beautiful. Power comes in so good right now. I saw about 1250 watts. Yeah, let's go, baby. That's what I'm looking for, the power, baby. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I did not bring any water, that's on me. But man, is it hot out here and over 100 degrees. With all the cars being next to me, with all the fumes from their car, your boy is dying. I'm having a fun time though, honestly, reviewing stuff like this, especially from this company. They make some of the best e-bikes out there. I love the fact that they help Mr. Beast and his videos and giving these bikes away to other countries and whatnot where people need them to get around for transportation. That's so awesome. I'm always going to represent this company because of every good thing that they do. And I love it. Like, they don't make cheap, crappy bikes. They make real good bikes. They're not bad whatsoever. Now, here's some things I didn't mention yet, and that's the fact that you have your odometer reading right here, which we have 7 miles on it, full battery bars, and if I click it over one more time, that's our trip. So it's exactly the same because I charged the bike without even riding it and testing it out. And then we can go over one more time, we can see voltage. So our voltage is at 50.4 volts, jumping around like 50 or so. So I can put the chart up on the screen so you guys can see where we're at on battery life. Now it's dipping down to like 49.9. It really depends on how hard I pedal, and the faster I go, it uses more power. But that's not bad, especially, let's go back. Oh, you can see your current. Okay, so we can see the current coming out of the controller. We should have a 24 amp controller in here, which should be pretty good. And I'm seeing about 9 to 10, sometimes 8. Not too bad. And the time I've been out here, 28 minutes. Woo, a little bit too long in this heat. And 8 miles, and my battery bar is still way up there. Again, I don't know what the voltage reading is, but I'll put it again back on the screen. We're at 50 volts flat for 8 miles. So that's crazy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I'm only using the throttle, only going 20 miles an hour. Oh, there we go. Finally dropped 1 battery bar closer to the house at 9 miles.
All right, so you guys have made it to the end of the video. Oh my God, it is so hot today. Why did I decide to do this on today's video? But I had a blast though. I gotta say, I'm gonna give this bike an overall score of 8 out of 10 because of how awesome it is. Like, this is not a traditional bike that I'd go for. I normally get the moped style e-bikes, but I am so impressed with this thing. The seat is very comfortable. The only thing that could make this bike just a tad bit more comfortable is getting a suspension seat post. I think that's something that would be nice because there is no rear suspension. But I gotta say, that didn't make a difference when I was riding. The front suspension was great, but I have heard from other reviewers that if you are a heavier rider, that you can make those forks bottom out. So just be careful on that. I love the wheels, I love the tire size, like I love everything about it. I love how powerful the motor is for what they wanted this bike to be, a lightweight 28-mile e-bike that you obviously pedal, torque sensor, all that kind of stuff. The battery seems really good on it as well. We're at 51.5 volts when not on load or throttle or anything. So just idling, sitting here, it's at 51.6 now. And it says all our battery bars are still there. That's one thing I don't like. So I'd probably go off the voltage. So you can see it on the chart up here. The grips felt great. The throttle felt great. The shifter was a little tiny bit clunky, I will say, compared to other bikes out there. Normally you won't feel the shift, and I could feel this one. The button layout's perfectly fine. I love how it's a color display now. And the handlebar rise is perfect for having a bike that just feels like it hugs the corners and hugs the road and just feels connected with the road. It doesn't feel like you're floating over the road. It literally feels like you're connected, but it also felt very comfortable. It's weird. The brakes were great. You obviously saw in that brake test, and yeah, I actually thought the battery is gonna be a lot worse. The only thing now we gotta test out in the second video is we're gonna see how this light looks in the back at night, and we're gonna see how this headlight looks as well. And I also have another light over here I'll grab. This is from the same company of the bike, and we're gonna strap this up to our handlebar. So in the next video, we're gonna test out that headlight and test this one out as well. And we're gonna see if this one's worth picking up compared to the one they put on the bike. I kind of think you're gonna wanna pick this one up on the website when you pick up the bike. And again, you might wanna pick up fenders. That's gonna be a downside to some people, but you can put fenders on this bike. It does have the mounting bolts. So yeah, great bike. I love it. 8 out of 10. It's fantastic. I would definitely recommend this bike, especially for the price of $12.99. And I also have links, everything down below, so you guys can save some money on the bike. But anyways, I gotta go, guys. Love you. Peace out. It's hot. I gotta take a shower. Until next time, true MVPs, baby. Lectric is definitely getting a workout from me today. Hey, review this bike, get a free workout and lose 5 pounds out in the 100-degree weather. That's probably what they were thinking. No, probably not, but that's what I'm thinking. Your boy is dead. Absolutely dead.